Hello YouTube family, this is Ravi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So we are back on the development series of ServiceNow where we are learning everything from scratch in the development part, and today's topic is script include, the most important, where to use it, how to use it, and GlideAjax. So in this particular PPT, you will get all the theory part of it, what is GlideAjax, what is server side of a scripting, but the most important part is your live example, live scenarios, which we are going to teach you via this particular video. So this PPT will be uploaded on the drive link. I hope everyone has access to the drive link. If you don't have, please drop a text in the comment section. So if I go further in this PPT, where what we are going to discuss is what is script include, what is GlideAjax, how to use it, and the live coding scenario. Basically, script include is also a part of a server side of our scripting. So in server side, what we used to do, we will do CRUD operations, create, update, read and delete. We'll get the information, we'll store the script part. And what is script part we are going to store? So if you have not watched all the videos of my scripting series, go back and check only the glide family part. So it store the JavaScript. Here JavaScript word is only belongs to the glide script family that runs on the server side. Obviously, every data part, server part is going to run on the server side. The script include basically is a place where you will write a server side of a script, and that you can use anywhere. On the client side, on the UI action, on the reference qualifier, lot of places where you can use script include. That's why it's called a reusable JavaScript. You don't have to create a script again and again. You create a single script include. Inside that single script include, you define different functions, and that you can call in the different places. Where we can call? So business rule, reference qualifier, UI actions, client script, other script include, etc. So we'll teach every details where we can call this script include and what are the types of the script include. So these are the different three types of the script include. First is your on demand. Second is your extending classes. This all I'll show you with a demo. So I'll not go details in the PPT. So here you can check all the information, and here also what is GlideAjax, you can check it. But I'll take you to the real live instance. This is my ServiceNow instance where I will be giving you the live demo. So let's create a requirement. The requirement is, first of all, let me go to the incident table. And what I have done on the incident table is, let's click on create new. So I have created one field here called email ID. Before starting of this video, to save our time, we have created a field called email ID. So if I right click over here, you will notice this is a custom field, U underscore. What is the meaning of U underscore? User defined. This is not the one which is created by service. Now this is the one which I have created. For example, if I right click over here, it is giving me the caller ID, not U underscore caller ID, because this was created by service now. But this is created by me. Similarly, watermark, this is also created by me. Okay, now what my requirement is, so whatever the caller I will select, for example, if I select able tutor, their email ID to be auto populated over here. It's just example, first example of a script include I am telling you how we can achieve this. So I am going to achieve with the help of a script include, not with the help of client script. With the help of client script also we can achieve with the help of G underscore reference. That is a different topic I will teach you later. But script include is the most used script part of ServiceNow, where I will teach you how we can go through it. So before that, let me write the requirement. Let me open the notepad for you. Yeah, it is opening. Let me open here, and that's what we have to type is paste on caller selected on incident table. You can choose any table. You can get the location. We need to auto populate their email ID. So this is the first scenario. This is a real-time scenario. This will be asked in your interviews, how you can auto populate. So best way is your script include. So just you type here script include. Script include is present under system definition script include. You can make this as a favorite. Open this. A page will open where we will be writing the script include. Click on new. And here we are going to write a script include. But my question here is, guys, from here we will get the data, correct? but we have to present this data on the form. So parallelly, what we have to create? Client script. Why? Because client script, we can customize the form, we can set the value, we can get the value, as I mentioned in my previous videos of client script. If you have not checked that client script series, you can go back and check the link in the description below, and even you can check on the I button. So we have to set the value over here. This field is a read only. And what is the type of this field? If I click on show, you will notice it is a string type. Obviously, I'm going to bring the string type. So let's go back, \tn. Okay. So here we have to write parallelly client script as well. So we'll start with the client script. Okay. Let's click on new. Yeah. And the client script, we can give like test, demo, or email ID populate. What table we have to do it? We have to choose the table incident. So we'll choose here incident. Okay. Now what is the UI type? What is the meaning of desktop? The one which we are currently using is desktop. If someone is using the service portal, it's called a service portal. If someone is using the mobile phone, it will be mobile phone. So here always remember, you can choose the type called all instead of mobile and service portal. All, it will be applied to desktop, service portal and all. So when I give you the another example in the next video from client catalog client script, how we are going to do this, we'll use the type called service portal or all. What type of field I want? So obviously it should on change of caller. So I will choose a type called on change and I will choose caller. Correct? Till here, I hope everyone is understanding what is this on change caller. So this video is already covered in my client script series. You can go back and check. So here we are going to write a script. First of all, what I will do is I will get the value of caller. How to get the value of all caller? So I will define a variable. Let's say caller details equal to g underscore form dot get value of caller. What is the backend name of caller? I hope it is caller underscore id. Yes, caller underscore id. Okay. Now we got this value and we have to send this value to our script include server side. So leave this as it is as of now. Let's save it and let's go to the script include. Here we will type get email ID. Once you type any name on the script include, you will notice on the script section, automatically the script is getting created. You don't have to by heart anything. You will notice API name is also created. API means application programming interface. It creates an interface. It creates a boundary between server side and the client side. I will explain you this. Just click outside. You will notice an interface is created global.getEmail. And what is this API? When we read about this integration series, which is coming soon in the next week, once I complete this particular series script development, so there I will teach you very perfect example of what is integrations, how to use it, what are boundaries. So basically here, if I tell you API is a boundary where one side we have a client script. Let me open the paint. The better way I will explain. So let's say yes. Okay. Let me take a snip of it so that I can explain you. Yeah. So let's suppose this is client side and this is server side, which is script include. And this boundary is called an interface, which will allow you to communicate between server side and the client side. That's why the name is called API. Like currently you are watching YouTube, correct? Other video. So you are using your laptop. You are using internet connection. All those are interfaces, different interfaces which you have to tackle, and then you are getting a video and you are is listening to my voice. That is nothing but called an interface. So this interface is getting connected through a technique here called GlideAjax and script include. If I type here get email, you will notice automatically script is written, and this script is nothing but called on demand or with no class. Let me show you. Let's go back to this PPT. What is that? Define a new class. This is the way which you will see. Yeah, this one. Define a new class. If you try to extend anything, you will be getting the extended class. So I will extend it because I have to send it to the client side. Let's go back. Okay, now obviously you have to check always this box called client callable. Client callable means if you are trying to populate anything on the form, obviously you have to write a client script to set the value over here before saving it to the database. Obviously you need client script. Now to communicate this, we will click on this option called client callable, and you will notice the code is changed. See, it belongs to the extended class. Okay, now let's go back in details. Let me zoom it. If you type any name, it is at 3 places: first, second, and third. Okay, so first is nothing but variable get email automatically created class.create. So it is creating a class of type get email. What is this class? So to understand this class, guys, you have to go back to my first video of my JavaScript series where I define what is class. Class contains entities, objects, everything inside this class. So it's creating a class of script include called getEmail, which has a prototype. Prototype means you can say that structure, rule. What rule it is creating? It is extending an abstract Ajax processor. And what is this Ajax processor? A GlideAjax part, which I will teach you in the GlideAjax part. So as of now, you don't have to go deep into it. Here, we have to define our own logic. And what logic we are going to define? We will create our own function. Inside the function, we will call our information. So if you read about this script include is used to store JavaScript that run on server side and reusable JavaScript function. So we need to define the function, and we will use this function inside the GlideAjax. So let's go back. And how to define a function in JavaScript script include? You have to type the function name first. So function name is, let's say, email details. You have to give a colon and type function. Bracket on, bracket off. Open the curly braces and give a comma over here at the last. So this is one function. If you wanted to create another function, you can do like this, details one. So on, you can create millions of functions and numbers of functions over here. So this is how you will create a function. Now, what I want to use the same caller which is selected over here on the incident table. So here what we have done caller ID details get user ID, get caller ID. So caller ID is stored in this caller details. Before that, let me save it. And how we can connect these two interfaces, guys? So first of all, we have to give a rule, select a user rule for access control. So I'm giving the rule called ITIL. Any user who having ITIL rule can do the changes, or even this is applied to all the rules, all the users with having ITIL rule. Access will be given for this particular script include. Okay. Now here what I will type, variable GA equal to new. I hope you know what is new keyword. GlideAjax. Now see, GlideAjax color is changed. You can click on this and you can read about it. So before that, GlideAjax will take a script include name. Remember this, guys. When you type something like this, GlideAjax, inside the bracket, it will always take a script include name. Then only the interface will be established. So if I give a script include name, we will go inside the script include. So what is the script include name? Get email. So I will give here get email ID. You can see the color is also changed. If I click on this, it will take me to the script include. See, this interface is established now. Correct? So go to the script include and perform the logic. So on the script include, we have one function called email details. We have to call this function over here. How to do that? So in ServiceNow, GlideAjax, you have to use GA, which is nothing but an object, like we did variable x equal to new glide record. Similarly, here we have a GA is an object or x is an object, whatever the name you can give it over here. So I will be using GA dot We have three parameters, three things: add param, get XML answer. If you wanted to know the theory part of it, so basically we have a GlideAjax client side script. It allows execution of server side code. Okay, so we have to use a parameter. We have to use a parameter so that we can call our function. So what we have to use, ga dot add parameter. And inside the parameter, we have two things, name and the value. So if you see my PPT, the name is sysparam name. Okay, so I can type here sys PARAM underscore name. I am typing name. This is your own name. You can give anything over here. Sysparam object, sysparam email ID, and what function I'm going to pass? The function which is created over here, email details. I'll copy and I'll paste it. So now we are inside the get email ID script include, and inside the email ID script include, I'm adding a parameter called email details. So now we are inside this, and still we have to perform something. So before that, just control click. If you control click, you will get all the details about GlideAjax. So you can see here, client side allows server side execution. See, they are using parameters, and they are using two parameters. Why, I'll tell you. But these details you can go through it. What basically GlideAjax is, how to use it. So now we'll go back. Here we'll use another parameter called same thing, ga dot add parameter, and inside that copy the same thing, paste it over here, and this I will change the name to value, value, comma. Here what value we are going to pass from client side to server side. So what value I am passing? So whatever the caller details, I am passing it to the server side, obviously. So what we have to use? Get value, copy and paste it. Got it? Same thing. Go back and here also you can check. Set the parameter of sysparam name to Bob. Maybe they have used a word called Bob, but here you can pass the functionality of whatever the function you have used over here. So here I have used a variable called caller details, and this caller details has a caller called able tutor, for example. So if I type here alert caller details, it will give me what? The current caller, whatever the caller we have selected on the form. So it will give me that details, correct? Go back. Yeah. Yeah. Now I have to pass this to the server side. So here we will use what? We have to tell our script include, hey script include, from client side we are trying to pass the server side details. We will be using, define a variable called, let's say, test equal to this. This is a keyword, same like a new. It's referred to the current record, current recent record. It's used for reference. So this dot get parameter. You can go back and check here also in the script include part. If you type here script include, yeah, open anything is fine. Come down. Next article, on demand script. See, they are giving you this example. You can write anything. So if you are using client callable glide system APIs, then you have to use this dot get parameters. So all the details will be available. So if you want, I can put this link in the group description and you can go through it. So I will put this link and you can go through the script include part as well, the basic part of it. So what parameter we have passed? We have passed the parameter called caller details over here, correct? So the value which we are passing is this one. So we are using the value over here. This param value. Okay. What we will do is we will go to the user table and fetch the value of whatever the user present under test. So we'll do like this, variable x equal to new glide record of sys user. Okay, x dot add query. Okay, and we'll do sys underscore id, because here if I go back and check what is the current caller details or whatever the caller selected, will it give me what? It will give me the sys id, because get value of caller id is nothing but the reference details. So I'll try to use this sys id. We'll change this letter, no problem, according to our requirement test, because test will have the sys id. And now x dot query if x dot next. These all details we have seen, so I'm going little fast here. And what I wanted to get, I wanted to get the email. So what I will return x dot email. Okay, that's it. This email is coming from which table? User table. So if I open the user table, email packet name is ABCD. Yeah, email packet name is, open the email. Email packet name is small email. Okay, let's go back. Yeah, now let's save it. My work is done on the client side, server side, sorry. Now it will return the email, and this email I have to pass it to the client side. Okay, so here I will type first ga dot get xml. Get xml is nothing but, guys, is called a synchronous call, asynchronous call. So if I type here get xml, see, make a asynchronous call, and there is another call get xml wait, that is called a asynchronous call. So get xml is nothing but called asynchronous call, and get xml wait is called synchronous call. So what is synchronous and asynchronous? I have given you the example in the last video. Like you are waiting on the railway station. If someone is standing in a queue to get the ticket, for example, we are going to the railway station and you wanted to get a ticket, and from there are 10 people standing in front of you. So your turn will only come when the next 10 people has finished doing their job. So your turn will be 11th one. So that is called synchronous. You have to wait for other job to complete their task first. Now what is the meaning of asynchronous is, if someone who is giving the ticket is your relative, you can go back from back of the office and get the ticket. You don't have to wait for all those 10% to get the ticket first, then your turn will come. So that is called asynchronous. You have to wait for other activity to complete their task first before getting the details. So this will run asynchronously. Now if you see here, if I type again get xml, make a asynchronous call, invoke callback function. So it means that we have to tell inside this bracket, we have to define the callback function. Like if you go back to GlideAjax, let me go back. GlideAjax video, not video, sorry, this document. Here they have used a callback function called hello parser. Now what is this hello parser? It is used for the callback. Now I will use same thing. Let's go back. Instead of hello parser, I will give let's say get this result, for example. Same thing. They have used get, and now I'll copy this and I'll paste it over here. And inside of hello parcel, I will use get result. I hope you understand what is the meaning of get XML. I know this is the toughest part of our ServiceNow server side. If you understand this, there's nothing else you can do. I will explain you again after doing this. So get result. Okay, and we are getting a response. Which response? The response which is coming from here. And always remember, server side will return you either XML or JSON. So we have to convert that response into this format called response XML. Before that, let me just type here alert response. Okay, I'm just making it, commenting it. I'm saving it. Okay. Now let's refresh the page of incident. Choose any caller. So I'm choosing a caller called able tutor or anything. Let's say this person. So first it is returning what? SysID, correct? It is returning me the SysID. Why? Because on the client side, G underscore form, Get value returning is sysid. So this sysid I am comparing it over here, sysid and test, because here sysid is getting sent, and from here I am getting an object of XML HTTP. So we are not able to understand what is written over here. Here I have given a second alert called response, correct? So this response is returning me object XML HTTP. If I copy this and if I ask Google what is this, see, it is an Ajax HTTP request. Can be used to extend data within a web server behind the scene. It means that we are sending the data from server side to the client side. And what is the data I wanted to send? Email. But email is in different format. Obviously, data has some format, XML or JSON, correct? So I have to convert this. We have to use this option called response XML. So response, whatever the response coming up, we are converting it in the XML and we are getting the answer of it. This is called DOM manipulation. If you copy this and go to the Google, you just have to understand what is the meaning of response. It will return you the script include function. So you have to by heart this or you have to practice it. It's all up to in your hand. So basically I will explain you in this way. So whatever the response we are getting, the response XML, it is getting the ID of that element. So if you are getting an JSON, it will have a key and the value pair, correct? JSON has a key and the value. It will get the key. If you are XML has a document ID. You can say that hierarchy structure where we have a parent child and their child. So they have their ID and we are getting attribute the answer. So if I comment this and if I now open this, after converting it, see what is the result. So if I refresh this page again, reload, and if I give any caller over here, so for example, system admin, first it will return me sysid, fine. Second, it should return me the email ID. Now it is returning me null. It means that either this caller has no email or script include is wrong. Let me check. This caller is having an email. Yeah, it has email. It means that here in script include something is missing. So what is missing we will check. So to debug this, first of all, here we will check gs.log whether I am getting a sysid or not. I will give test Ravi, okay, comma, what we are getting in test. Now we are gliding the user table. We are add query sysid test x.query x.next return x.email. So before that, let me just type here gs.log email is plus x.email. So we have to check this. This is how you will debug it. You can use a debugger also over here, but the best option, what I suggest you to go with this option called logs. Log will have the information about your information in the log table. So we have a log table over here, logs. If you type logs, we have system logs here, this one, all logs. Here, just type the message, it will get the details about this. So let's go back to the incident, refresh the page, and just type system admin. Okay. Now null. Now log would have generated. So first of all, let me copy the name first. Test Ravi is coming or not. So let me go to the log table. Type here test Ravi, and test Ravi itself is not coming. So we need to check why. Guys, what is the error? I guess the spelling mistake I have done is here we have sysparam, not sysparam, PARM. You can see here, I guess, sysparam, not sysparam. Make sure that you are not doing any spelling mistake. This is my bad. I have done a mistake over here in my spelling. So I will remove this extra A over here, PARM. If I remove this and if I save it now, this also. So I hope now we will be getting the result back. Okay. Just refresh the page, copy and refresh the page. So system admin, first, yeah, sysid. There you go. We are getting the email ID of us, our email ID. Okay. So if I go to the log, yeah, test Ravi is also coming. An email ID is also coming. If I refresh the page, yeah, it's coming. So it means that, remember, the spelling is very important. Sysparam, not sys, PARM, not PARAM. Now my work is done. We'll go to the client script and we'll set the value. So here we'll use G underscore form dot set value of which field? The field which is present here. So what is the backend name? U underscore application underscore ID. So if I copy this, U underscore application underscore ID, and we are going to set the answer. Whatever the answer we are getting, we'll set it over here. So we'll remove this alert. We don't need this alert. Even we don't need this alert. Control A and just format this and save it. Get back to us. Incident table, refresh the page, choose any caller if you want. Let's say I'm choosing able tutor. His email should be coming up over here. See test@gmail.com. On change of callers, if I choose any other caller, let's say I'm choosing Akio, see his email is coming up. So this is called your client side and server side handshake communication. So I will explain you in the more easiest way. Let me just zoom it again. Okay, and this is our script include. Let me take this in another window and let me take this in another window. Okay, and let me explain you. First, remove this PPT is not required. Okay. This is script. This is script, and the second window is this one, which is this is script. Fine. What I will do, I will just take a snip of it and I will explain you again. So focus here, guys. First of all, what we are going to do is we are going to get the caller ID details. Why? Because caller ID is present on the over here. If you notice, caller ID is present over here. So we get these details. Correct. So to get these details, we are using the option called get g underscore form dot get value. Now GlideAjax will take script include name, which is nothing but get email ID. And so in this way, the connection will get established. Inside the script include name, we have created a function called email details. How to call this function? How to send this function, guys, over here? So to send this function, what we have to use it, add param, PARAM, and under this we have to give name of function. So what is the name of function? Email details, which is sent over here. See, correct. Now what value we are going to send from our side is caller details. That is nothing but it is getting sent over here in the form of variable test equal to this dot get parameter, and this value is getting sent over here. Correct. Again, you understand. Me move everything. Yeah. So first of all, we have to call our script include name over here. Then we have to call the function from script include over here. In this way, the communication is now established. Arrow. Now we have to send this caller details to server side. We have to send this value to server side with the help of this dot get parameter. That's it. This will return the sys ID as we have seen in the example. So we are comparing whether this user is present on the user table or not. If it is present, then get me the email ID of it. So that's what this email ID is getting returned in the form of response, which is nothing but under this part. And response is of two types. Always remember, data is of two types here, which is XML or JSON. So to convert XML, we have to use this technique called document element get attribute. So document dot get element is nothing but it is a DOM manipulation part of HTML. So there it will get the document ID. So here the ID of document is email. So here I am sending the email back to server side, the client side, and I am setting the value in the form of answer. So I hope you are able to understand this. If you have any doubt, do ping me in the comment section. If you want more scenarios on this, obviously I'm going to bring more scenario. But this line you have to remember. You have to have it, this variable response.getXML. So that's all on the today's part. And the next example, I'm going to show you with the help of catalog script, catalog client script and script include. The same script include I will use on the catalog, and then how we'll call on the reference qualifier, business rule, and on another script include. So stay tuned. I hope if you have liked this video. If you are very new to this channel, do subscribe and give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Have a nice day.